Hello and welcome to Bread of Life, a daily devotional program which each week features a different area pastor. Our speaker for this week is Pastor Blackstock of Hartford.
A wonderful day to you and yours. Oral Blackstock of First Church of God, Hartford, here with you. We have been discussing Hebrews 12, verse 1, where Paul encourages us to lay aside every weight and the sin which so easily beset us, and run with patience the race set before us. With this challenge in mind, we have been examining the analogy of a knapsack and how to broaden our load that we carry each day. We have gone deeper into the application of Hebrews 12, verse 1 by identifying some of the weights that we need to let go of. Have you noticed how short-fused most people seem to be today? On the highway, we are like loaded guns waiting to discharge. Emotions seem to be mainly at the boiling point. Mouths are pregnant with choice words to blurt out, and even our hands are skillfully trained to display curses or insults at the slightest nudge. These behaviors are also evident in the grocery stores, the malls, on the airplanes, on ships, and as far as the church's parking lot. We are at war and seem to lack the peace which allows us to display a key fruit of the Spirit, self-control. James asks in chapter 4, verse 1, "From whence come wars and fightings among you?" The NIV presents it this way, "What causes fights and quarrels among you?" And the Amplified Version, "What leads to the unending quarrels and conflicts among you?" We seem to easily get more and more supplies to fuel these fights, but we lack the men and women who in Matthew 5 presents as the peacemakers to end these fights. Wars and fightings are disruptive. They can produce emotional disturbances such as post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD, depression, and anxiety. In other cases, wars and strife result in illness, injury, and even death. So what cause quarrels and conflicts? Thanks for asking. James 4, 1-3 explain it this way. What leads to the unending quarrels and conflicts among you? Do they not come from your hedonistic desires that wage war in your bodily members, fighting for control over you? You are jealous and covet what others have, and your lust goes unfulfilled, so you murder. You are envious and cannot obtain the object of your envy, so you fight and battle. You do not have because you do not ask it of God. You ask God for something and do not receive it because you ask with wrong motives, out of selfishness or with an unrighteous agenda, so that when you get what you want, you may spend it on your hedonistic desires. Wow. Seems like James is starting another war himself. He speaks truth in our conflict-prone world. Sometimes speaking the truth brings conflict. Let us take some time to end these wars and strife in us and around us. First, are you in a conflict as I speak? Begin by looking within. Sometimes we are experiencing intrapersonal conflicts, the battle within our mind and emotions. During pre-flight briefing on aircrafts, we are told to put on our oxygen mask first, then assist our kids in case of an emergency. So, we must first examine ourselves for conflicts. Secondly, we can ask ourselves the following. In what conflict am I in my family? On my job? In God's church? What destruction has it caused so far? How can I honor God by using His word to end this war? Breathe on these things and end the conflicts. Until tomorrow at the same time, God's willing, Oral Blackstock saying, listen, lighten your knapsack by unpacking quarrels and fights.
You've been listening to Pastor Oral Blackstock of Hartford, and this has been Bread of Life, a program to encourage you from God's Word.